Hi guys, and welcome back to the Yoga Doc. I'm Leah Deutsch, founder of the Yoga Doc, and today we're going to be doing a standing practice. So this is not particularly dynamic, so if you are feeling a little bit lower in energy but you still want something more active, then this might be great for you. So to begin with today, we're going to start off in child's pose. So you may want your a bit of cushioning, a blanket under your knees, just for child's pose if you suffer from sore knees, but otherwise all you're going to need today is a mat. So toes touch, knees nice and wide apart, and then just walk yourself down onto the mat. Forehead comes to the mat, arms reach out nice and strong ahead of you. Take a couple of breaths here just to center yourself, settle yourself in. Take a couple of breaths, that's it. Hugging your baby towards your spine. Remembering that if you're a bit more pregnant and you need more space, you can stack your fists or use a block just to rest your head here. And then pushing yourself up into a slightly awkward tabletop, so hands slightly further forward than your shoulders here. Spread your fingers nice and wide here and push into your thumb base. Make sure index and middle fingers point towards the front of the mat. Tuck the toes under and make sure that the knees are just over hip width apart. So you're going to tuck your toes and start to push your way into a downward facing dog. So begin by drawing the hips up as if you've got a belt around the hips and it's pulling you towards the back of the top corner of your room. Rotate your upper arms outwards and forwards so that the eyes of the elbows are pointing forward to the front of your mat. Keep that nice strong bend in the knees here. Draw your hips up towards the back of the room and bring your gaze towards your belly button. Begin to walk your feet out here, so draw your heels down towards the mat, taking one then the other. Taking a really strong bend in the knees as you exhale, and then inhaling, coming up onto your toes. Exhaling, drawing your heels down towards the floor. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, drawing down. One more, inhaling, lifting up. We're going to take a couple of dog rolls here, so bending the knees really strongly, and you're going to shift your weight over towards the hands. Bend the knees and draw the hips, bum back towards the heels, really bend down, lift the hips up towards the sky, and then bring the body forward towards the wrist, bending the knees. And then bend the knees further down towards the mat, drawing the bum back towards the heels, lift the hip one more time. Come up onto the tiptoes and then rock forward over towards the wrists. Keep a bend in the knees. Draw the knees down towards the floor. So you're coming into these little circular motions. Lovely. Staying here or coming to child's pose for a break for a moment if you need to. Taking a breath. And then lifting the right leg to the floor, off the floor, just a couple of inches, tapping to the right hand side of the mat. Taking it to the center and then tucking it behind you to the left. Coming over to the center, tucking over to the right, and then bringing it back to the center. Come back to both legs, taking the other side, so lifting a couple of inches off the mat, tapping it over to the right side of the mat, bringing it to center, tapping it behind you, coming back to the center. One more, tapping to the right, tapping to the center, tapping over to the right, and then coming back to center once more. And you'll be relieved to know that's all the downward dog we're doing today. So beginning to walk your hands back towards your feet now, bending the knees really strongly here. Bring your chest down towards your thighs, but making sure you've got enough space here to accommodate your baby. Holding opposite elbows with each hand and allowing your head to be really soft and free here. Really loosen up. Bend deeply. Shake the head yes, no, just to release the neck, find a softness there. Lovely. And then releasing the arms. Once again, bend the knees. You may find some dizziness as you're coming up to standing now, so take it really nice and slow, bringing the head up last. Tucking the tailbone under, rounding through the upper back and drawing the shoulder blades down the spine. Lovely. So coming to the top of your mat now. Finding Tadasana with your feet hip width apart. So raising off them down, big toe, middle toes, little toes. So you're really splaying out your feet here and creating a really nice strong foundation. Lift up through the thighs, engaging, drawing your baby towards your spine, shoulders open up and draw down the spine and palms face forward. Tadasana, mountain pose, this strong foundation for all of your standing poses. Take a breath, close your eyes and just allow yourself to gain your breath, your focus, find that steadiness. Taking an inhale, sweep the hands up overhead. Interlace the fingers and allow the index finger to be free, cross the thumbs behind. Zip the upper arms in towards the ears and draw the shoulder blades down the back. Taking a lean over to the right side now as you push into both feet evenly, finding that stretch through the side. Taking a breath, elongate through that top arm. Push down into the left foot now, just a little bit more, and notice that stretch through the left side of the body as you do so. One more breath. Inhaling, coming all the way back to center. Shoulders draw down the spine. Exhaling, drawing the hands into the opposite, the non-habitual grip, the way that feels weird, releasing the index finger. Inhaling. Drawing up nice and long, zipping upper elbows, upper arms towards the ears, and then rocking over to the left side now, pushing into both feet. Finding that stretch through the right side of the body, finding that intensification by pushing slightly more into that right standing leg. One more breath. Inhaling, coming all the way back up. Releasing the arms down towards the back, finding the base of the spine. And starting to come into a gentle standing back bend here as you draw the elbows and shoulder blades down the back, lifting the upper body and slowly starting to lean back as if you're drawing the upper body back over an imaginary beam at the base of your shoulder blades at your bra strap. Taking a breath here and then returning back to standing. Releasing the hands down towards the side, palms face forward, shoulders draw down, finding that Tadasana, that strong mountain pose once more. Rocking the weight into the right leg and lifting the left leg off the ground, drawing the knee in towards the chest. Taking a little bend here, a little softness in that supporting right leg to see if you can it can help you with your balance. Finding a point of focus, your drishti point, a point of non-moving focus where you can center your attention and help you with your balance. Focus on your breath and then tapping the left foot over to the right side, left side. Inhaling, drawing knee towards chest. Exhaling, tapping out. Inhaling, drawing knee to chest. Exhaling, tapping out. Seeing if you can straighten up through that supporting leg now if it doesn't affect your balance. You can always use a wall or a chair if you're finding it awkward with the balance. The idea here is you're strengthening through that supporting leg, strengthening through the buttocks and the thigh muscles here. And this is going to help you as your pregnancy develops and you start to lose that core strength as your baby is pushing out through the rectus muscle. You need to develop other areas to help your posture. One more. And then from here, if you're able to, without putting your foot down, hooking your left foot over your right knee, coming into figure 4 here on in a standing pose, bringing your hands to prayer in the center of your chest, thumbs meet and press into the sternum. And then you're going to slowly drop your bum down, if this feels okay to do so, towards your thigh. And maybe allowing the left elbow to touch the left thigh, opening through the chest. And then inhaling, coming all the way back up. Amazing, really strong work. Finding that release, allowing the legs to wiggle out a little bit here. Taking a big inhale and reaching up above you now, but this time coming up onto your tiptoes. Finding that interlace with the hands once more, index fingers reaching up, thumbs crossed behind. And then exhaling, releasing down, sinking down into your chair pose now. Strong thighs, strong feet, pushing into the floor. Draw the weight back towards the heels now so that the toes almost lift off the mat. Hug your baby in towards your spine and imagine that you've got a block between your thighs. You're squeezing it, looking up towards the fingertips, shoulders draw down the spine. Inhaling, releasing, coming back up to Tadasana. Give the legs a little bit of a wiggle. This is a really strong workout for your thighs and your buttocks here. Breathe, close your eyes, take a breath. Coming into the opposite side, so shifting the weight now into your left foot, drawing your right knee towards your chest. Finding that balance, finding that focus, finding that steadiness. Maybe keep a soft bend in that supporting left leg to help you. Tapping the toes over towards the side. Inhaling, drawing in, flexing the heel. Exhaling, tapping toes to the side. Inhaling, drawing in, hugging your baby towards your spine. Taking 3 more here, flexing that heel as you draw it up. Really strong focused pose here. Last one. Maintain that focus, maintain your breath the whole time. If you can, keeping that knee lifted without putting it down, crossing that right knee over, right ankle over to prayer in the center of the chest, and draw the thumb towards the sternum, and then just allow the buttocks to draw back towards the floor, lifting up through the chest. Remembering you can always stay at the stage before if that feels more comfortable to do so. Maybe bringing that right elbow towards that right thigh, left elbow to right heel, lifting up through the chest. One more breath. Exhaling, drawing back up, releasing the knees down, giving the legs a little bit of a wiggle here. Coming up one more time in the non-habitual grip with the hands, so the way that feels awkward. Index fingers release, thumbs cross at the back, pushing through the toes, finding that steady focus. And exhaling, releasing, sinking one more time back down into your chair pose. Lifting up through the heels, pushing into the heels, lifting up through the chest, reaching with the fingertips, drawing your baby in, releasing the hands. Namaste.
If you've enjoyed this class and you want access to more free videos, then don't forget to hit subscribe.